Okay, everyone, welcome to the Sunday Rumble. As I said before, number 5 community chat. We are joined here today by a wide variety of captains. Yes, I mean, basically, I'd just like to go through every match in order, if that's all right with you guys. Now, the first match of the night was Valiant versus Overwatch. We've got Mr. Ace Rimmer here from Overwatch, I believe. Could you say hello, please, sir?
Hello.
Right, and we also have Eurobus from the Valiant, correct?
Hello. Yes, correct.
And we also have Cold Curse from, well, the Valiant Dutchman, as it turned out to be.
And not the Valiant Dutchman, it's the Flying Dutchman. Thank you for saying.
Right. Well, that's my nickname for the two of you together. Anyway.
You don't want to know why Yuri is called Yuri.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes, plenty of jokes can be made about that. Anyway, yes. Okay, guys. So it was a win for the Valiant Dutchman, so to speak, over Overwatch, and I felt that Overwatch were using some very interesting experimental builds. Mr. Ace Rimmer, can you talk me through the interesting builds you took during those matches?
I certainly can. Well, Puppy Fur is, as most people will know if they've been watching this quite regularly for the first 3 we were in, and also the Flotsam, likes taking builds that people don't think about, as do the Cakes, who were flying with us today. And I've got to put a big shout out to Balana for that, who helped arrange getting the Cakes in to fill in, because we didn't have quite enough Overwatch people to fill 2 teams today. The Lumberfish, I am actually liking it. Okay, it didn't perform as well as we thought it would today, but that's all credit to the Valiant and the Flying Dutchman, because they are amazing pilots and got amazing crews. But I'm beginning to take a shine to it, because I love the fact that if Puppy could get used to staying slightly longer range with it rather than trying to close in, it could be quite an effective disabler if we had a kill ship to go with it. But really, we would just like bring what you want.
But that's the thing. You didn't have a kill ship. You had like a rocket ship.
Yeah. We basically it's essentially it was Cake Watch on patrol today rather than just Overwatch. It was a mix of Overwatch and Cake, and we just wanted to go out and have some fun. We did indeed have great fun despite losing against the Valiant Dutchman. So it was a good laugh. It was fun to be on the ships, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, credit to you guys for taking some new builds, because that's what the Sunday Rumble's all about. It's about having fun. It's about competing. It's also about trying new stuff. So, I mean, Valiant, Eurobus, and Cold Curse, do you have any kind of comments on that series?
Yeah, we tried some new stuff too.
Oh, I see. You mean your Gap Mortar Junker?
No, not at all. We tested some lead on, and we tried some good shit.
Okay. Can you be more specific, please? Some good shit. Can you elaborate on this good shit strategy you used?
Communication.
It's good structure. Was there? There's a lot of green.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just kidding with you. Just like Eurobus and I were like screwing around a lot. We weren't actually like being serious. No, don't joke actually, and I'm really sorry to say that we had really much fun.
Okay.
And don't fuck with the Dutchman, you get hurt.
Don't get cut.
To that? Anything to add to that, Eurobus, or is that
no? Cold Curse is pretty much a loose cannon.
Okay. Right, okay, well, moving on to match B of the night. It was the Bully Boys versus the Aeronautical Knights. Now, annoyingly, Darth Wager has disconnected from the call for whatever reason. While I try and get him back in, do we have anyone here from the Rhinos?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Rhinos people, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm One Sounds, and over there we've got Phelan.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much for that. Darius, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dal. I'm pretty new to the game. That was my first Sunday Rumble, and I tell you what, guys, it's such a big step up from the pub games that I'm used to. It was very enjoyable, though.
Yes. Yeah. Again, Darius, this is your first ever competitive game. Like I said, I mean, I was really looking forward to seeing how you. Hello, Daft. Yes,
Here he is.
Daft, can you introduce yourself quickly? Daft?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Daft.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, my name's Siddharth Waiter. I'm a pilot
Right.
in
Yes.
VFS.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Right. Basically, that first game of that series, you managed to take it very close, very kind of straightforward sort of Fjords match, wasn't it? I mean, I
Yeah.
think Darius and you ended up kind of bumping together a little bit, trying to kill that Junker. I think you were trying to
Yeah.
squash between you.
That's a problem, yeah.
We just weren't aware of where the other one was. There was a bit of a lack of communication on location, so
Yeah.
it was just a bit of a learning curve for me there.
Yeah. Well, damn good performance, I think, for your first competitive match, Darius.
Yeah, Darius did really well. I was very surprised at that.
But yeah, so you won that first match, but oh my god, you seem so close to winning the second one as well.
We got really close multiple times, and then like my gunner lagged out, and then Darius almost kept alive. It was just all close all the time.
Well,
When the game ended, we actually cheered. We thought we'd won. We
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
cheered.
Yeah, we were like yes, and then we're like what?
I was on the stream. I was going, the bullies have done it. They've won it. Because they had, it was like one more mortar shot for that last aeronautical.
Oh
Knight.
yeah.
And talking of the aeronautical knights, Knight Relics. Would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Yep, this is me. We lead the AK Aero group.
Yep. What were your impressions on your games with the Bully Boys?
It was an extremely evenly matched 2 rounds. I was actually incredibly surprised like they were at the result of the end of the second match though. That third match, man, I honestly don't even know. It seemed like a fluke. Afterwards, all of us were pretty in shock at the fact that we managed to, 5-0 after those 2 extremely close matches.
That's our bad luck map.
That's ours too. That was the thing though, because like whenever we faced TCD in the Flotsam, we just did really horribly on that map, and we expected to do thusly horrible now, but everything turned out really well.
Yeah, again, Darius, Daft, bloody close this week. We're going to be back next week, aren't we?
Yeah,
That'd be
and
brilliant.
we'll
I'd
win a
love to
match
come back.
next week.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Moving on to the next match. Match C was the Wolfpack versus Corvus Marauders. Actually, yes. Do we have anyone from Corvus in here?
Yep.
Oh, is that you, Craft Dirty, or somebody else?
No, I'm actually Matt Loud. I'm
Oh, hello.
basically the main hull engineers because both captains want to sleep already.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, and of course we've got Goose and Maverick from the Wolfpack. You can see their lovely avatars there.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Wolfpack. Bloody hell! You just charged that first match 5-0. I don't think you took your hand off the throttle once. And then that second game again. Yeah, Corvus chose a double Spire against an extremely aggressive Pyramidian team. I'm kind of curious as to the rationale behind that. Could you enlighten me, Matleld?
Not really. It was the captain just had said let's just have fun after the first match. We weren't having. We had a couple of practice matches against Rhinos beforehand, and we were just not having a good night, and we just said, let's just try to have some fun.
Well, it was pretty cool. You did like some cool stuff, like you just kept jumping over the pillars and firing mines in their faces and stuff. That was some pretty good Spire play.
Yes, it was quite frustrating. I stopped trying to ram after the first time. I was like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
100%. I had him in my sights, and then going full speed, and he just launched himself over me and fired mines down on me. I was like, oh, great. Okay, it's gonna be this kind of game.
Yeah, those were two very entertaining games. Of course, do we see Corvus back in the Sunday Rumble? Do you think, Marcel?
Probably. We're a bit out of practice. We haven't been playing for a month. Something about that. Something like that.
That's the Sunday Rumbles where you come back to kind of, just sharpen the old skills again. Brush off some of the cobwebs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, Wolfpack. Again, brutal win there. So good job, guys. Anyway, moving on to match D: the Sky Invading Rhinos versus the Valiant Dutchmen, as I'm going to call them.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm really glad we won. Anyway, that was match A. No, yes. This was match A. We lost. We hated it.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Yep.
Now, the first match in the Canyon that the Valiant Dutchman won? I've forgotten now.
Yeah, they were double face-hitting my face.
It was. We won the Parisian Rumble.
Parisian Rumble, yes, that's right.
That was
yes.
the second.
Yeah, you won. You lost at Canyon at first.
The
then
match
you
that
won
somebody
the Parisian
teleported
Rumble.
through the
It was
building.
really annoying that they just went down so fast.
Oh my God, Colcus! Can I just say, in that Parisian game, you just would not die, would you?
No, what do you expect from me?
Well,
I was glad for that.
There was this moment when you were just getting focus fired just completely by both the Blenderfish and the Pyramidion from the Rhinos there, and you just wouldn't die, and you got a kill as well.
Ask
What the
yourself, where
the hell
did you
happened?
see the Flying Dutchman fly the cogs?
I asked that myself.
Yeah, I mean, like, you only saw the Flying Dutchman fly in Parisian Rumble in the cogs. We never flew on another map. How is that possible? We are goddamn kings
I
of...
hope you get the
You cannot defeat us on the Parisian
Rumble in the next cog match as well.
Oh, really? Are you
So you got the chance. Anyway, I was flying the Pyramidion failure during our matches. Was quite horrible. We lacked a lot of coordination, and our aiming skills weren't exactly outstanding as was the timing of a Morrigan. We really missed a lot of chances, and I personally played very uninspired. Feeling did a good job there to turn the game around, mostly on his own.
Wow. Okay. Well, Colcus, you are a hero.
I am.
Unfortunately, despite your heroism, you ended up losing the last match of that series.
Yeah.
Was that Fjords?
No, it was the goddamn duel at dawn. The map.
Yeah, it's the goddamn duel at dawn. Yes. I think that was fairly evenly matched until right at the end there. We just had a bad engage, and you ended up dying.
Yeah, the fun part is I rammed their Pyramidion in the right direction for my friend Yuri to just like come in and shoot him down, but he was too slow.
Oh, so
I was lagging.
Well, I say, okay.
That solved your problem. He was lagging. He was too slow. His computer couldn't handle it anymore, and I was just flying forward.
Right. So
Yeah, that actually was like we saw the goldfish just turning, so we knew he wasn't in position. So the Pyramidion wasn't in position too. Meaning for us to go right into it and just ram that Pyramidion out of arc. And then Yuri just blacked out and he wasn't in time, and we got killed somehow.
somehow, some way.
Yeah, somehow. I also think the map doesn't like me at all. It's like having the devil spit on my face.
Right. A colourful simile there. Right. Now, anything else, Rhinos, Valiant, you want to say about that match before we move on to the next match?
Well, we've got some practice material.
What was that?
we've got some material to analyze, and yeah, we definitely need a lot of practice if we want to be able to compete in the Cox in 2 weeks.
Well,
we've won against
Oh, I'm gonna
yes.
I'm gonna bet you next.
Close in our opinion, and we've missed a lot of opportunities. I'm definitely not happy with our playing today.
All right, fair enough. Well, we'll get on to more of your play later. Right now,
I bet that next week, when the Flying Dutchman is going to fly again, we already get Parisian Rumble on our bellies. It's just the one map that we always play. I don't think it will change.
That you're probably right. But we're moving on to match E, Aeronautical Knights versus the Wolfpack. Well, again, that was just another Wolfpack just charging in there. I mean, I can barely remember any of that match. I mean, it just went by so fast. I mean, what was that? What was it like from your point of view, Relics?
After that first kill, it was almost impossible for us to regroup. Like, they had just taken over pretty much our spawn area, and I think even one time I respawned and they were literally in between me and my teammate. So it was almost impossible for us to regroup and collect ourselves.
And so what about the second game of that series?
That could be attributed to the same thing, them just charging in and being extremely aggressive, and the fact that we had a couple of green engineers on the galleon that weren't really familiar with where to be and why to be there and when to be there on a galleon.
Yeah, Galleon's a really tough ship for new players, for any player really. I mean, it's got some tricky guns, tricky routes for engineering. So yeah, I mean that's understandable.
We had one engineer that it was literally her first time on the galleon, so we still had a great time and enjoyed flying against Wolf again, and we look forward to being in the Rumble next weekend as well.
Did you guys see those sweet ramps?
Sweet Rams. Well, there were so many of them. It's hard
ramps.
That interdimensional bullshit
ramps,
that happened.
I see. Oh, we'll get to the interdimensional bullshit in a minute. I think that was the last game. Right. Yes. Any comments on your game against the Aeronautical Knights, Wolfpack?
I mean, I think it's clear that they're good pilots, and I think that it was probably really good training for their crew members. So I think that probably the next couple Rumbles, we're going to see them starting to really gain some ground, get some traction.
Okay, right. Well, moving on to our final, which was the Wolfpack versus Sky Invading Rhinos. Now, I think it was the first match was on Parisian, right? Wasn't it? You were there?
Correct.
Right, first match was on Parisian. Yes, the interdimensional bullshit, as Papa Paradox called it. There was one moment, I think it was one of the Pyramidians. It kind of glanced into the wall of a building, and then spontaneously it just kind of flew across the screen and exploded.
I actually don't know what happened there. I'm not sure whether Phelan hit me there from top. It just felt like I got kicked a little bit and got sucked into the buildings and wrecked there quite badly.
There was another scene that was much worse. We stripped the hull of one of the Pyramidians. I rammed in it a bit and it just flew away. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that may have been ours, because I remember touching down. I was following a Pyramidian downwards, and we were like trying to get firing arcs. And then I remember touching on like a solid object. I'm like, oh, I bumped it a little bit. And then a couple seconds later, I was velcroed and stuck onto it, and then I spun, and then I exploded. Yeah.
That was really weird. Yeah, Parisian. Yeah, I'm glad we got it on tape. We got video evidence of the fact Velcro is not fixed yet on that map.
Watch that. I had no idea that happened.
Anyway,
I think it's worse.
I think you're probably right. Anyway, the second game of that series was on Canyon, I believe. There was actually one moment I was very surprised by where the Wolfpack got completely split up in that first engage.
Yeah, I got a little turned around. I'll be honest. I got a little distracted by the sports game in the background. So I hung my teammate out to dry on that one. That's my bad.
Yeah, I was like, Mav, where you going, buddy?
I was like, that's a good question.
I was like, oh, crap.
So I stopped and asked for directions, and then I finally showed up. But we had no spots on them at all. So I kind of came in blind, really going really fast. And so I overshot the engagement entirely. And so then I died.
Okay. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Right. Okay, but you did recover though, and of course you won that match. I mean, well, why do you think that is? Apart from the obvious, really.
I feel like when we stay close together, we're pretty good at focusing fire and also adjusting firing to whatever target we need to do. I also trust Goose a lot, so I feel like if I maybe overshot a target, I know that Goose will take care of it, and I'll just move on to the next guy instead of trying to wheel back around to the target that I missed.
Yep.
Yeah, I noticed one thing about like your style is that you're just constantly moving, and if like you do wipe the enemy and like they respawn like apart as did happen in that game, you'll just pretty much automatically catch them on their own, which I think is what happened right at the end with the goldfish.
Yeah, we always try to
that
hunt.
is the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Sky Rhinos. I mean, what are your thoughts on just that very last game in the Canyon? Rhinos?
Well, again, I'm very unhappy with our performance. I personally flew very uninspired. Did some really dumb stuff, like charging into one of your Pyramidians, which easily outgunned us, and stuff like that. And yeah, we again struggled a lot with our own firing. We've got your hull stripped occasionally. You've been facing to our 6 in one situation. We've stripped your hull. We shot the mortar, and every single projectile of the volley missed. And stuff like this can't happen in a competitive match. Well, yet again, I think we've got quite some training materials and time to train. Yeah, and I think we take the opportunity and learn a little bit, and then we come back and face excellently prepared teams like Wolfpack today. And I think then we'll have a chance again.
I think we just haven't been in the right mental state after the Parisian Rumble. We flew against Valiant, and that were so many mistakes we made there, and it just went down, and we were blaming ourselves and other crew members and the setup at all, and it wouldn't get better of that, and we couldn't recover quite okay. I thought we would lose the second or the third game against Valen as well, but we somehow managed to win it. But for me, it was kind of clear that we will lose against Wolfpack as well, because we were just thinking we can't do this when we play like we played before. And as a result, we did exactly that. We played like we played before, and this was not good.
Okay. Well, you did all the mistakes. I mean, you claim to have made. I mean, you did a pretty bloody good job, I'd say. And yeah, if you're going to get even better next time, then that's going to be absolutely deadly. Okay. Well, there we have it. There's the matches as they happened. Now we get into the part of sort of anyone having any kind of sort of final lingering thoughts they want to kind of get out of their system. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. Who's this? Mr. Overwatch?
Mr. Rimmer. Yeah, it's Mr. Rimmer.
Mr. Rimmer. Tell me what you have to say, sir.
Well, this, rather than about this evening, it's more about a rather big announcement that has just gone up in the doc section of the forums. Officially, as of right now, Cake and Overwatch are in an alliance. It's not a BFS Haven kind of style one where Overwatch and Cake will retain control over their own clans, but we will be sharing players between each other. So people that want to go and have fun and flame during a competition will fly with Cake, and the Cakes that want to come and have a serious scrim or take part in the Rumble and be serious, or even do something like the Flotsam, will come and fly with Overwatch. As of this moment, so we're very happy at the moment.
It's good to hear that. I mean, yeah, like I said, always good to see sort of teams banding together to make sure they can always play. They'll never be undermanned. I mean, yeah, that was again the same kind of thing we were thinking with the Bully Boys and BFS and Haven. Just like you say, just making sure we can compete as much as possible. But anyway, yeah. So yes, thank you for that, Mr. Rimmer. Ace, what a guy. Anyone else have any kind of thoughts they want to go?
Yeah, actually me.
Cold Curse, really?
Yeah,
okay, I'm surprised to hear that you have something you want to say.
I just saw that final match, and I just saw what's it called, the flying hippos or something, the rhinos, yes, rhinos.
The sky invading rhinos, yes.
Yeah. Your Pyramidion ran with full health against the Pyramidion of the Wolfpack, yet it managed to kill you.
Impact bumpers for the win!
Impact bumpers for the win.
Yeah, I mean, like, you initiate a fight by ramming into the enemy and then you die afterward. How is that possible?
Impact bumpers.
Who are you asking? Are you asking us? I mean,
I'm just asking the rhinos.
Oh,
Impact bumpers and Gatling.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it. Impact bumpers and Gatling.
Seems like a mean question.
No, it's not. It's not a question. I just want to solve out what actually happened there. Because I just thought that, like, the hippos won, rhinos won.
I personally think I have like two of the best gunners in the entire game for like Gat and Mortar. So
I agree that I think I have the best engineer in the game. So I just feel like because of those two factors, if anyone initiates with us, I always still feel like I have the upper hand.
Yeah, regardless of height or positioning, it's like, nope, we can kill him.
Yep. And if we also, it's strange. I don't know if you guys noticed. Have you ever seen Pacific Rim? Goose and I actually starred in that game, in that movie. So I actually know all of Goose's childhood because I live in his brain and he lives in mine. And so because of that, we're able to coordinate really well.
Okay.
You know, there was some static on that cannon ambush there where we got a little bit separated, and that's what happens. We both die.
Right. Exactly. But, you know, that's just part of the course. You know, we get back into each other's brain. We tell each other, hey, you know, we give each other encouraging words, you know, affirm each other's childhood experiences, and then we're fine.
I mean, Maverick, was there a moment there when kind of Goose went down and you just kind of blamed yourself and you started second-guessing yourself and, you know,
absolutely.
it's just...
And I started questioning whether or not I could do this anymore. I almost uninstalled the game.
It's always bad when Goose dies.
But I got on my motorcycle, I hooked up with my teacher, and then everything was fine.
Okay, oh, brilliant. Well, it was good you did that in such a short space of time and managed to pull things back. Anyway, yes. Anyone else have any kind of final thoughts?
I just want to say I really I loved how much participation there was this week, and I hope that we can keep doing that, because Rumble is great to have a cool, actually competitive kind of laboratory. So I don't know, I love how much you guys all participated, and I hope we can keep the Rumble going nice and big every week.
Yes, we're glad you're here pretty much every week. Anyone else?
Please, a moment.
Oh, what's that, Darius?
Just like to take an opportunity to just thank the community for making me feel so welcome as a new player. I've never met a nicer bunch of people. Just thanks very much, guys.
Oh, welcome in a group of morons.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. We're all insane.
Especially Cold Curse.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, you want to do this next week again?
Depends if the Valiants are flying full crew.
You can do half crew, then we just do the half crew again.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes, have to sort that out amongst yourselves, because community chat's gone for almost 40 minutes, and I'm starving. So, any absolutely essential thoughts anyone needs to get across? Or are we
see you
good?
next week. Spawns have to be fixed.
Where
Okay.
are the ducks,
Got it.
actually?
For the ducks, I don't know.
They have this
The ducks
big
are on the dev
message.
app.
The ducks are having fun on the Devac.
Really?
Anyway, right. So I think that's a good point to wrap things up. Thank you, everyone, very much for playing. I hope to see lots of you next time. And thank you, everyone, for watching the Sunday Rumble number 5. See you later, folks.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.